Riveting. Insanity.
Controversial.
Justice.
Exposure.
Delicious.
Mental.
Weird.
Unpredictable.
The one word to sum up Celebrity Big Brother, it's real.
Since the very first show back on the 9th of March 2001, celebrities have been strutting their showbiz stuff into the Big Brother house. From pop stars and world-famous feminists to Baywatch babes and even the world's most infamous mother-in-law. One series even created its very own celebrity in the form of Chantel. So sit back, as over the next hour we'll be reliving the show's finest moments, from everyone's favourite celebrity housemates to the best twists and turns in the world's greatest cultural celebrity melting pot. There may be only one house, but there's loads of reasons why it's so easy to love Celebrity Big Brother.
Why I love Celebrity Big Brother is that I like seeing inside people. When the veneer falls, the masks fades away, and they are revealed for what they are, good and bad.
Now, would you like me to be the cat?
Yes, please.
Pussycat, yes.
It's gripping stuff, it's wireism at its most electrifying. It's seeing the great and the good fall. And those who've never been great or any good attempt to rise.
I want it all. I want it right now.
Yeah, I think that when celebrities go on shows like Celebrity Big Brother, they completely expose themselves. You actually them realise that these people are actually real, and they do get bad moods and stuff, and they do go mad, and it's nice to see what they're really like.
I think that we as celebrities should be treated with some respect. I know we get a fee, but quite honestly, it's not really what I'm worth, I don't think.
I think it's brilliant when you get to see celebrities without their makeup on, because it shows how much they really care about their appearance. Like someone like Melinda Bessinger and Caprice, the same. They're still trying to put their makeup on every day. And Pete Burns, oh my God, every day he had to put this slap on and he still looked ridiculous.
Dragula has risen from the grave. Hi.
Everything that goes on is something that somebody else can relate to and therefore talk about, and therefore it can become a social thing, and that's why it's of such great interest to people.
If someone chopped you up now and peeled all your skin off,
it would be beautiful.
That was beautiful. I think
well,
it was
I actually hope that when I'm dead, somebody stuffs me and puts me in a living room.
Oh, OK. I don't want that, personally.
I think Celebrity Big Brother 5, without being too pretentious, is actually one of the most important artworks of the last few years. Show me a literary novel or a royal court play that in 100 years you'll be able to watch and will dramatise the tensions within British society as brilliantly as Celebrity Big Brother 5. You won't find one.
This was the only thing I ordered off the shopping
I ordered
list.
the condiments.
That's a lie!
Oh, please, learn some manners.
It's a bit like a pantomime. I mean, I've had friends, I've had real friends, yeah, honestly. But you get married, you have kids, and you shed them all. But with Celebrity Big Brother, they're kind of like instant pantomime friends, and you have them in little tiny bite-sized capsules, and then when it's over, you can just get rid of them and they don't have to come and stay for the weekend.
I've already cast the first vote in Big Brother to evict myself.
Okay.
Kick me out! I want to be the first out, the fastest eviction. Kick the fat pig out!
From the moment they go into the house, we've already got a very strong idea about what these people are like already. They're not strangers to us. We've got we've got preconceived ideas of how much we're going to hate or love someone already, so it's lovely to see all that unfold.
You just never know what's going to happen, so you throw these celebrities into situations and they always react in ways that you just do not expect.
This is insanitary, it's unclean.
It shows how people really are. When you interview celebrities, they will show you a slice of their character. For an hour, we can all be a certain someone, but all day, every day, you can't.
I know, having been in there, that you know you're on camera, but you can't keep up a performance for much longer than a few hours. And after a while, the real you does come out.
We all like to be voyeurs, and here, in Big Brother, you're actually inside their bedrooms. And that's what's so fascinating to see, what they're like in the raw. Oh.
I love Celebrity Big Brother because the memory of Jackie Stallone will stay with me to my dying day.
Yeah, Jackie.
I think the very first Celebrity Big Brother was a revelation because there it was revealed for all to see celebrities are people too. They clean their teeth, they blow their noses, they cry, they go to the loo, they argue. Oh my God, it was a revelation.
If you look at the very earliest series, it was very basic. Nobody knew what to expect, viewers and participants alike. And I think they were quite naive and didn't realise how exposed they would be.
Well, you've got to give it when you speak, you stand up to our emphasis. You march around, you carry a silly old cane when you're only walking from that room into that room. How dramatic is that?
Big Brother in those days was so utterly new. Celebrity Big Brother almost entirely new, and it was all for comic relief as well. So there was a real feeling that, you know, this is something that you should do.
With a little bit of red fluff with his signature on the back, Chris Eubank 2001.
From the moment I saw that Chris Eubank was going to be in the house, I was just completely intrigued.
Tomorrow, I'll tell you what, because you're second-guessing me and you're getting it right, I'm going to put jeans on tomorrow.
I wanted to see whether he was going to be as odd and pompous and verbose as that character that he projects. You know, the answer was, you know, yes, times 100.
It reminds me of something out of Desperado. Pew! Pew!
I think it was the first time we had a show where celebrities were stripped bare. The glamour factor was taken away from them. They were just sitting around. They didn't have any parties to go to. They didn't have a stage to stand on. They had nowhere to perform, really, other than the space and the four walls they were living in.
When I first saw Celebrity Big Brother, I was addicted. Like seeing, you know, 6 celebrities who we'd never seen without hair and makeup before, suddenly acting like real people. It was brilliant viewing.
I don't think I bargained for how badly some of the people would take being locked away and being locked away from their families. And yeah, I think cabin fever just sets in really, really quickly.
You're losing the plot there, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Who knew that Vanessa Feltz was quite so insane?
This is Big Brother. With Vanessa, please come to the diary room.
No.
Only 4 days into that first series of Big Brother that Vanessa has her Jack Nicholson moment, goes crazy, starts scribbling everything. It's like she's become Linda Blair in The Exorcist.
Vanessa's starting to scare me now.
Good, just enjoy it.
It was very much a game when it began. It was all about putting them in and then seeing if they can do a show tune, or putting them in and then giving them putting ducks in a pond and seeing if they can hook them out with a stick. It was all quite happy-go-lucky, and it's just got more and more sinister over the years. That's why it's so delicious and all-consuming now.
For my favourite contestant ever has got to be Jackie Stallone.
All rise to greet your Queen Mother.
Oh my God, Jackie!
Yeah, Jackie.
This is Sylvester's mom.
How are you?
How are you, sweetie?
Oh, I'm just wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
Rocky's mum, Rambo's mum. You don't expect her to just... And she didn't come in right at the start. She just kind of hopped up halfway through. So it was like, I don't know how they got her.
She's Sly Stallone's mum, and she does programmes like these with a face like hers. And it was the face that I couldn't take my eyes off. So, and she was weird and strange and arrogant and, ugh.
If ever you want the mother-in-law from hell, the worst mother-in-law you could possibly imagine, send for Jackie Stallone.
Did you order my wine yet? What the hell's going on around here?
I don't know.
I didn't ask you.
You ask everybody.
Well, I didn't ask you. You're the last one I'd ask.
I thought the Italian mama would come in, wonderful spaghetti bolognese we're going to get now if they can get them in. She'll go and cook it, looking after all her children and all the younger people there. What, she came in, flopped down and did nothing.
What we should have with dinner every day would either be champagne's a very nice idea, or some lovely Chardonnay. But how about sending in a lovely harpist who you can gag her, she won't talk, and to play a nice song for us while we dine.
I thought she was just panto on legs. I just loved her. She was just like Frankenstein's monster, wasn't she? I loved her. I would love to be Jackie Stallone's friend.
there was no pretense with her. She didn't pretend to be an ordinary person. She didn't pretend to be someone who'd make a boiled egg. The complete opposite. And in the end, she was just completely lovable because she was just so mad.
Now, how do I get out of here?
If she hadn't been here, I'd have been out.
Good news for you. If I'd known you were here, I wouldn't even showed up.
If I could pass one rule, it would be that Jackie Stallone should be in every series and should rule the world.
John Big Brother would just like to ask you one more question.
No! Now let me out of here. How dare you!
My favourite celebrity housemate would definitely be John McCulloch. I would literally tune in every night, desperate to see how he was going to react.
No milk or Diet Cokes? No.
Oh, he probably won't let me in.
They will play the games on their own. I'm doing nothing for Big Brother until the milk and the double Coke comes. Nothing!
So it doesn't. Yeah, good idea.
It was absolutely mind-numbingly extraordinary to see what was supposed to be an adult man throw his toys out of the pram, rattle his cage, kick the walls, stomp off, and act like a prima donna of Hollywood proportions all over a carbonated fizzy drink.
Help us. How much more suffering can I endure in this damn place?
Under pressure.
I knew the public loathed me. I'd soon get the housemates to hate me, and all I wanted to do was to get out, because it's agony in there.
He's just inherently unlikable. So he tried to make out it was contrived. It wasn't. He's not capable of being likeable.
Don't talk to me.
Fortunately, I'm never lonely, because I've got no friends. I'm not the kind of people, I don't socialise very much, people don't like me, I don't get very close to people, so I don't have to go out and chat with people and have sort of social occasions, social events, dinners and all that. I don't do all of that. So fine.
Who's Booby?
I'm married to her.
Your wife.
Yeah, a booby is a South American bird, and they're officially described as being stupid and pathetically easy to catch.
Towards women in general, he told me a few things I was like, oh my God, you can't really say that.
Going over to the States, I've gone club class and put the booby into the cattle truck.
You are disgusting.
The man is an insufferable housemate. He is, I mean, you just wouldn't invite him into your home, would you? He is horrible.
That is disgusting.
Now, I pick my nose. I'm not ashamed of it, and I eat it. An Austrian lung surgeon has said, if you eat what you have up your nose, it's healthy, it's good, it's nutritional.
I thought he got given a very bad press because I think there's something deeply lovable about him. Obviously, you can look at the facade, which is a sort of hideously misogynistic, awful right-wing. But I think if you look deeper, if you look beneath that, you'll find something different.
I like my vodka in a wine glass. Oh, fucking hell, it's gone all over my tits.
Oh, my favourite celebrity housemate is definitely Pete Burns. I thought it was amazing. It was so funny. He's got such a sharp tongue, and I think he definitely made, like, that series.
Both bubble brains.
Bubble brain.
And she's falling head over heels in love with him, and he's thinking, great, this is great headlines. And his girlfriend's going to rip his fucking knob off when he gets out.
He looks horrific in a fascinating way. I mean, you could literally look at his face indefinitely. His outfits were joy. He wore endangered species. Lauded it about as if he had had a great 30-year career as opposed to being just a one-hit wonder.
I don't think Pete Burns is that interesting, really. I find him more scary and weird.
Who cares? No one listens to Jodie. She can barely string a sentence together anyway.
Pete Burns, isn't he actually appalling? Those lips of Pete Burns, you just were hypnotised by them. Whoever put those on him, and what a sulking, miserable, self-centred, self-obsessed creature he was. So, but that's what it shows. That's what the Big Brother house is about, and that's why it's so enjoyable.
Well, I think it's time we overthrew Big Brother.
That's what everyone's pretty much saying. It's not... Oh, no,
He's just causing too much pain.
Series 3 saw the introduction of malevolent Big Brother.
Each morning, housemates will be woken by the sound of a gong.
I think it was definitely the year when Big Brother wised up and basically said to the celebrities, this is not a holiday camp anymore.
The housemate who has received the least number of votes must leave the Big Brother house this evening. That housemate is you.
And what was so brilliant about that year is that the celebrities had gone in expecting it to be a holiday camp, so they were actually completely unprepared for what came next.
They said one morning, what do you want for breakfast? The next morning they dropped the breakfast on our heads, you know? It's just weird, it was just really unpredictable.
Oh my God!
So you end up with, you know, bizarre spectacles like Jermaine Greer, you know, a very distinguished professor of English, being forced to sit on a merry-go-round until she vomits, you know.
I think Big Brother was probably more cruel in my series than any other.
Caprice is a cash register. It's Caprice Limited. Every action, every movement, every decision taken is to benefit Caprice Limited.
I claim to be about the only person who's beaten Big Brother. So I knew that if I didn't talk, Big Brother would be in trouble. But when I didn't talk for 2 or 3 days, of course the programme is no good having somebody who's not doing anything. So in the end, I won.
I'm not saying listen to your garbage.
John, please sit down.
I'm not going to sit down, no. I'm taking this in for the rest of them. They're entitled to it as well.
Anybody who's going to go on in the future, whatever your real weakness is, don't tell BB.
Once the inhabitants of the house have got to know each other, almost straight away, Big Brother plays some really nasty trick. Underhand trick, and I really thought it was when Brigitte Nielsen was in the house, and you know, we were just beginning to get to know her character and everything, and then they brought in Jackie Stallone, who was unbelievable. I remember sitting back and thinking, that is mean.
The tasks have evolved, you know, from Blue Peter, I mean, to monsters. It's just ridiculous.
Would Queen Lisa and all courtiers be upstanding and take their position?
I love the twist that Big Brother did with Jackie Stallone and Brigitte Nielsen. I thought that was genius. Stroke of genius.
To me, 2 great moments in Big Brother history were when, you know, Nasty Nick was exposed. Why'd you do it, Nick? What I cannot understand. And, of course, when Jackie came on, it was like, yeah, it's Jackie. Brilliant.
All rise to greet your Queen Mother.
Oh my God, Jackie!
Yeah, Jackie. Yeah, Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie. Yeah, Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie. It was just so funny.
Big Brother's always playing tricks and everything, and the one dread I had was that they would get Sylvester Stallone, Jackie Stallone's son, and the ex-husband of Brigitte Nielsen, that he would suddenly helicopter in, come down and all rippling muscle and sort me out.
You're the in-law from hell, so shut up.
I mean, like he's a welcome house guest.
There were a lot of twists when we were in the house. You know, obviously, we had the rich and the poor side, you know, the servants and the masters.
Your humble servant must wait on you, hand and foot, 24 hours a day.
Wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong!
I think the celebs were genuinely shocked that they had to do masters and servants. Look at Donny Tourette, the loser, walked out. He can't even be a servant to someone. I think that shows a lot for his personality.
The Masters and Slaves task, it riled everybody. Everyone was wrong-footed. Everyone's ego was on the line. And it brought out people's most resentful, egotistical facets. So in that way, it served Big Brother brilliantly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chantal!
Chantal's arrival in the house was a genius decision on the part of Big Brother. Not least in the first instance, because she had to pretend to be a celebrity, and the other celebrities, particularly Michael Barrymore, acted like he knew who she was.
Where are you from then?
I'm Chantal and I'm in a girl band called Cairnsey Floss.
Yeah, I know you are, but no, where are you from?
Oh, Essex.
So immediately you saw people lying, immediately you saw people saying what they think they ought to rather than what they actually believe.
On the first night, Big Brother called me into the diary room, gave me my task, and I was just like, I was gutted because I just thought, oh no, like, you know, I've got this far and now it could just be taken away from me in like a second.
Chantal, your secret mission is to convince the other celebrities that you are in fact a genuine celebrity.
Okay.
If you succeed, you will have earned the right to remain in the Celebrity Big Brother house.
Right, okay.
If you fail, you will be evicted.
Okay. But I was just like, no, I'm going to do this. I knew my mum was watching, so I was like, I'm going to do it for my mum. From now on, you are a pop star. That's all right with me. You are part of the girl band Candy Floss with a K. Your biggest hit single was called I Want It Right Now.
Poor Chantal trying to negotiate her way through this.
Really?
Dreams, yeah.
The Spice Girls.
Maybe one day, you never know.
It really made for delicious TV.
Looking back on my Candy Floss performance is the most embarrassing thing. I'll take the fame and fortune. You wanna kiss my heart, I swear. The look on everyone's faces when I was standing there with my piece of paper, trying to sing, looking at my words. Well, who doesn't know their top 10 hit? Do you know what I mean? It was just like, and their faces just said it all. They were just like...
Really, the reaction that amused me the most, apart from Preston pretending that it was good, was Pete Burns, who looked completely aghast.
My skin was itching all over. I was just like, I can't even watch this. It was awful because it was just like one of the most painful things I've ever seen.
It's just so embarrassing. Can't sing at all.
Me and Preston were suspicious almost immediately of Chantal because we used to go off and have little private conversations going, I don't think she's famous. I don't know who she is.
You've made me look around girl.
Me? About what?
You're not being real.
Candy Floss, I haven't heard of that group.
I actually didn't believe she was a pop star. I thought there's something funny here.
I thought that you might just be making it up because I'd never heard it yet. And I was thinking, well, not you making it up, I thought Big Brother might be making it up.
No.
In the garden are 11 podiums numbered 1 to 11. As a group, housemates must rank themselves in order of fame.
When Maggot and Preston, you know, stood on the podiums like down from me to say that they were less famous than I was thinking, oh my God, little do you know, and you're going to find out like very shortly. And it just felt like, I don't know, I felt really guilty because I felt like I was lying to them, but obviously I had to do it because it was just a task. But no, it was funny. But no, obviously they were polite in doing that because they just I think Maggot just went straight down there and stepped on there because everyone else was arguing about who was the most famous, and then obviously that made them look stupid. But I was just, like quite willing to like let them carry on arguing, so more time for me to just stand here.
Tonight, you convinced the rest of the house that you are more famous than Preston and Maggot.
I told you.
Therefore, you have passed your secret mission and are now a genuine celebrity.
Wicked.
You can stay.
Brilliant.
I remember sitting at home thinking, this is just stupid. But actually, it worked. It was really funny and it was unusual. And, you know, it made her a star.
Within days, Chantal was a bigger celeb than 90% of the house. So it did show us how ridiculous our entire celebrity-based lifestyle was.
The winner of Celebrity Big Brother is Chantal!
Fuck off. Fuck yourself. I think some celebrities do Celebrity Big Brother because they are genuinely deluded. They don't understand how they're seen. If you are a celebrity, you live in this kind of wall of sycophancy. You're constantly being told how wonderful you are. So you get this very distorted self-perception. And then you go in somewhere like the Big Brother house, and suddenly all that is stripped away. And it's why a lot of them get very, very angry, because they're so used to being adored. And then they're suddenly in this situation where they're not adored, And it's very strange to them. So you end up with this bizarre situation where they're just infuriated and enraged. People like Leo Sayer or virtually all of them become really angry.
I don't trust Big Brother. I think you're losing a lot of psychological warfare, and I have no respect for Big Brother. Basically, I find that your attitude sucks.
I just think it's a classic example, and it's what Celeb Big Brother does really well, of when you realise that someone has an idea of what they are that's very, very different from what the idea of everyone else has of what they are.
I mean, my biggest song is You Make Me Feel Like Dancing.
Yeah.
Second biggest is When I Need You.
Yeah.
Third biggest, I suppose, is More Than I Can Say.
Do you ever do any, like, fast songs?
Yeah, we rock out. We do a couple of dance songs.
In Leo Sayer's mind, Michael Jackson and Madonna had moulded into one musical entity and gone in the house. And actually, it was like watching Kermit the Frog in there. So when he had his meltdown, it was brilliant.
There's everything in my catalogue. I'll get you the record.
Yeah.
Get you guys a record.
For the first day he was in there, he was happy, jolly Leo Sayer, exactly what you'd expect. And then his personality just rapidly disintegrated. So you could see the signs when he began to speak about himself in the third person. So he'd go, Leo's here, or everyone's happy because Leo's here.
Leo Sayer's blowout over underpants was probably the biggest and most genuine blowout I saw in the whole of Celebrity Big Brother.
I would humbly request that some more underwear be provided. I think you know my sizes.
Leo, Big Brother provides housemates with washing powder in order for housemates to wash their clothes.
Big Brother, I don't wash my own clothes. These are standard things. I mean, every house in the world has a washer or a dryer.
Big Brother has provided you with washing powder.
Well, then I quit Big Brother.
It was just the fact that that was the straw that broke the camel's back to could go in and think that he had to scrub his own gusset in front of the nation. He could not handle it.
The doors will be opened shortly.
Thank you.
Any normal person deciding to leave the Big Brother house would go to the diary room and say, I'd like to leave, and they'd say, sure, there's a door over there. No, Leo Sayer decided to smash his way out in the manner of the Incredible Hulk, which would be comic if it was the Incredible Hulk. When it's a tiny little Leo Sayer, it's trebly funny.
Yes, no way.
He's gone out, he's gone.
He has gone. He's gone.
Yes, I'm out of here. Get out of my way.
No, wait.
If you don't, you've got nothing to do with me.
You know, it was a shame because under all of that, he was actually a nice guy, but he just couldn't stop performing. Yeah, meltdown. Yeah, big time.
It's over. I want to go. Now, I want my bag with my mobile phone, I want my computer, I want everything. I want a hotel, I'm getting out of it.
I don't know what I thought of Leo Sayer before he went on. I don't know what I think of Leo Sayer now.
Good morning, Big Brother. You'll notice I'm not wearing my microphone. That's because I don't consider myself a housemate anymore.
I wasn't so surprised when Jermaine Greer walked out. I was more surprised that she agreed to do the show in the first place. She's already renowned for her brains. She's already renowned for being a great speaker. I don't know why she agreed to do it at all.
It was a stupid mistake. I should never have done it. I'm not even surprised that it's like this, even though it is more disgusting than I thought.
Jermaine Greer has an overall knowledge that it was a privilege to be with her. She's wrong on so many issues. The naked eunuch, or whatever it's called, it has ruined millions of women's lives by giving them hopes that they'll never achieve and ambitions that can never be fulfilled. So she's ruined so many of her own sex, but nevertheless to be with Jermaine Greer is a riveting experience.
She portrayed the fact that actually she's someone who's very domesticated, who loves cooking and cleaning.
I'm not going to wash, just once.
Which completely flies in the face of everything she's ever believed in, talked about, encouraged women to, you know, go and have careers and have choices and, you know, not be domestic creatures.
Another unforgettable moment was Jermaine Greer leading the Peasants' Revolt. We're gonna do down Big Brother. Join me. Now, whatever else Jermaine Greer is, she's not a revolutionary who goes on the barricades.
Bridget, out! We're not playing anymore. We're not going to make you do this anymore. Without you No warming of loose seats, no warming of beds. This is revolution.
I just think the whole of Jermaine Greer on Big Brother was just so great because here she was, someone who was prepared to give going on the show a go, worked out it wasn't for her, and then left in just a blaze of glory.
Hello, Jermaine. Thanks for getting me out of there. Big Brother has made all the preparations for you to leave the Big Brother house. Yeah? Somebody will come and collect you now. From here? That is correct.
Tears of relief, I think.
In the very first series, when you had Anthea Turner and Vanessa Feltz, and Vanessa had what the press called her sort of freak-out moment, when she went bananas, which I can completely understand, having been there myself. I mean, you want to go bananas and shout at somebody and say, I've had enough! I really have had enough! And that's what Vanessa did. But I mean, you know, that's quite mild compared to what Big Brother throws at people now.
And then Vanessa Feltz was on it and had her meltdown because she couldn't stand 3 days in a tasteless house. I've seen magazine coverage of her house, OK? Trust me, this was an incredible... It should have been a luxury holiday for her, away from her interior decor.
I remember Vanessa didn't she get a stick of chalk and just kind of write on a table? And then she blamed it on that she was a journalist, or I don't know, that was a bit weird.
This is Big Brother. With Vanessa, please come to the diary room.
I felt that I was hugely overreacting, but at the time, in the moment, stuck in that house with those particular people in those circumstances, that's not how it felt, unfortunately.
If you don't turn around, Vanessa, I can't see you.
Good. The whole thing's ridiculous, and I just think I'm such a moron for doing it.
She's such a strong, able type of woman that in that incident, it needed somebody to come and give her a hug.
Certainly I have been, as you say, doing a lot and thinking not enough.
She didn't have a breakdown. She just thought, oh, I'll make a bit of drama, I'll try and do something really big, and that way people will like me. Didn't happen.
You're just fucking trying to get attention.
Shut up.
Oh, Preston and Chantal has to be the greatest love story of all times. Because Preston had a girlfriend in the outside world, but when he spent so much time with Chantal, he really found himself falling in love with her, and everyone was on the edge of their seats. It was like, will they? Won't they?
You look really healthy this morning.
Do I?
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel like...
You look really awake and really, like rosy cheeks.
The Preston-Chantal relationship had everything that you would want from a reality show. It had a celebrity fancying a non-celebrity. The celebrity already has a girlfriend, so is denying the whole thing, trying to act cool. But then you saw, tiny little hand movements down her back where he thought that, the camera wouldn't pick it up. It was amazing.
When I first saw him, I didn't think anything about Preston.
Preston.
It was probably the weirdest thing to ever started a relationship with someone in Big Brother. Yeah, it was just weird because obviously everyone's watching you and it's so intense and everyone's expecting something of it, and yeah, it's probably hard. Yeah, it was really hard looking back on it.
I remember watching Preston and Chantal flirt, and it was a bit like watching a movie with your parents and then suddenly a sex scene comes on, and kind of part of you that's just grown pubic hair is looking, going, oh, this is really exciting. But then you think, oh, it's so embarrassing, my parents are here. I remember watching it with my wife, and both of us probably getting quite excited about it, thinking, oh, I remember young lust and excitement and passion.
Preston flirted with me in the same way he flirted with Chantal. He flirted with Tracy in the same way he flirted with Chantal. He flirted with all of us. He told us all that we were beautiful, or we looked good, or our bum looks good in those trousers, or we look better with no makeup, or whatever it was. He was a ladies' man. He was always flirting with the girls.
One of the things that happens to housemates on Big Brother generally is that there's a real intensity of the bonds they form. If you think about it, most people you only spend an hour with and then you go away and then you spend an hour with. They have this incredibly concentrated burst of time, which can actually be quite illusory for them. So you look at Preston and Chantal, for example, who form this really close bond to the point where Preston dumps his girlfriend, marries her. But what happens, it dissolves very quickly. There's a false intensity to the experiences they have with each other that then dissolves when they get back into the real world.
No, it's the wrong thing, get you, Wally. We're officially married now. It's been a long time since me and Preston haven't been together. I think it's actually been about over a year and a half now. I do regret it, not in a horrible way, but I just think that it's a shame, that it worked out like that. I don't feel any hatred towards him. It's just something that we did in our lives and we've both moved on from it, and, life goes on.
Obviously, it wasn't the romance of the centuries, and not even still together.
I want Michael to win this contest. I want him to win this contest. I want him to come back to Britain in triumph. I want to have helped him do that.
Just occasionally on a programme like Celebrity Big Brother, I won't use the word great minds, but minds meet. And they're so literally digits ahead in the IQ scale of the other celebrities that they kind of get on. And I think Galloway and Barrymore did in that way. They both realised that they were both at least 3 or 4 points on the IQ scale ahead of the rest.
The yoke's on you, Michael.
My theory on this is that they'd reached the point that they were far enough into the show that they went from seeing each other as allies to seeing each other as threats, big time. They were both desperate to win, and they turned on each other.
Michael, you never let anybody speak, so now, this time, you're going to let me speak. Nobody gets one sentence into an anecdote with you before you take it over and turn it into an anecdote about you.
I was there when George and Michael Barrymore had an argument. It was horrible. It was really horrible. George was a nasty, wicked man to him.
I think George Galloway realised that Barrymore was probably even more needy of public attention than himself. And, of course, that led to the infamous pour another drink, which was just so brilliantly done.
Now, George, you're in this frame of mind because you've been nominated again. And you take it as a personal slight, so you thought the most value is to go for me. I'm an easy target, to go for me because of the outside world. You're playing the outside world.
Pour me a drink.
No, you are out of order. You are totally out of order. And you're doing it with a smile. You want to play around with an addict.
You're back to get more money. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got the wrong idea.
My favourite housemate was Jeremy. You know, we developed a really good kind of bond. You know, we got on well.
Because we get the kind of press that people think we're bad boys and want to be this. But I just kind of think it'd be a good way to bring your personality across. To say, like, we are actually quite mature, we're quite down to earth, just up for a laugh.
Two incredibly pointless people on the celebrity radar whose life consisted of occasionally appearing in Heat magazine and trying to get on the China White's guest list on a Wednesday night, and that's that. So it was really, really fascinating to hear them imparting their wisdom to each other.
You guys are so wicked.
Beautiful puppies. We just used to laugh about things in general. Jeremy leaving his deposit in the toilet and not flushing, you know, and John getting the blame. That's funny.
Whenever you guys go to the loo, make sure you flush it properly because there was a big fat log right on top, and I almost grossed out too.
Don't say that, not me.
It was you. It was a big log. It was you, and it was a smelly one.
It was me, wasn't it? I had that problem this morning.
I did not do it. I am innocent.
John gets to blame.
You know what? If it was anyone else, I'd go, yeah, because I don't care. I'd go, oh, whatever, I'm sorry. Because it's him, I think it's hilarious. I'll let it go for days. I'm going to join in a minute.
The mischief was fun, you know. I like coming across as someone that's a bit mischievous. That's fun. That's good. And like we locked John McCurrick's Diet Coke in the fridge. He loved his Diet Coke. The man went on hunger strike for 3 days, you know. That's funny.
Is that locked? Is that... Something to confirm it's locked?
Yeah, it's locked.
It's not locked.
It is.
Hello, John.
Yes, you've locked the fridge. Oh, my Diet Cokes are in there, please. Can I have the keys for it now, please, or as soon as possible?
I'm sorry, man.
That is so cruel. That is so cruel. Who came up with that?
John, Big Brother has not tampered with the fridge.
Here we go. Ready?
Right, okay.
It's your fault. You've let me down here. One of you have locked it.
We were having a joke with you, John. Look, you've got your...
Oh, but it's not funny.
It is funny.
Practical jokes are not funny.
It's hilarious.
So what I can't stand in life is people who play practical jokes on you. Life's hard enough. It's a struggle out there to survive, and yet people wind you up, play tricks on you, and you react to it. You've got enough troubles as it is coping with life anyway. So lunatics and idiots who do that, so it gets me wound up straight away. I'm not sure whether I put that down on my sort of CV before I went in, but I cannot stand practical... Don't you play practical jokes on anyone.
Most deserving winner in the last 5 years, definitely Mark Owen. He is what a winner is meant to be. Surely this is a popularity contest. It's who can stay in the house and be nice and not annoy anybody and last 20 or so days and come out the other end and have not been a gigantic idiot.
Can I have some lentils? I'm starving. I've not eaten for 4 days. Please, look at me, I'm wasting away.
It has been one of the factors behind Take That having such a successful comeback, because we really root for the guys in Take That because we think they're nice guys, and Mark absolutely proved he was just a nice guy.
The winner of Celebrity Big Brother is Mark Owen!
Mark, please leave the Big Brother house. Mark, please leave the Big Brother house.
Well, seeing Chantal win was a lovely moment. You know, there's a girl who was just like any other young girl in Britain who wanted to be a celeb, and she got her dream. So we watched her dream come true. She even found love in the house. I know it's all gone a bit pear-shaped now, but it was all quite sweet and touching.
They're probably at your girlfriend's door now going, what do you think of Preston copping off with this blonde slapper?
Oi!
She was almost an innocent abroad. You know, she was just a young kid desperate to be famous, and went in there and gave it her best shot.
I never, ever thought about winning Big Brother. Never in a million years. I was just so happy to go on there, and I didn't even think about it. I only thought about it in the literally last 5 minutes when it was down to me, Michael Barrymore and Maggot, and that's when I thought, do you know what, I'd love to, of course I would love to win it. But, you know, before that I was just so happy to be there.
The most deserving winner has to be Shilpa. It was a panto when I was in there, you know, and she had to win, you know, and for all the right reasons she did.
Bez was an absolute deserving winner. The fact that he's still alive is a wonder of the modern world.
Would Bez please come down now for health and safety reasons?
Bez needed it. I mean, he's a lovely bloke, he really is, and I'm glad he won, but what's Bez done since then? I was hoping for Bez to take over from Parkinson. That's where I saw him going. You know, some real in-depth chat, but nothing.
Yeah, Bezzy.
How many groupies have you slept with?
How much is not very good at
How been slept with is the question.
Oh, I loved Bez. I thought Bez was a brilliant winner. I really liked him. He was so funny, and he was just normal, do you know what I mean? And that's what people like, the public like, is just normal people that they can relate to. See, I thought he was a very deserved winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bez!
My favourite ever moment in Big Brother is George Galloway doing the robot dance.
Without a doubt, my highlight of Celebrity Big Brother 1 was Vanessa Feltz. What a woman. She was angry and she showed it. And I think that, yes, she might have got some criticism for breaking down quite publicly, but she was just being honest and genuine, and I really respect her for showing what she really thought.
One of the best tasks ever on Celebrity Big Brother was when they got all the celebrities in Big Brother 4 and they got them to sit in cardboard boxes, and whoever was the last person to get out of the cardboard box would win. And they had pictures of the celebrities' faces on the cardboard boxes.
Ruler.
Yeah?
Are you doing lunch? Hello, Clarence.
Oh, sorry.
George.
Me.
Yes. Take command.
Settle down, please.
I don't think I can tell you what my fondest memory is because it's too rude. My fondest memory in the house is when I had an orgasm in the jacuzzi. And that's the only good memory I have from the house. That is gross.
Gladly, I did not witness the cat scene with George Galloway. I couldn't believe it when I come out and saw it. I was just like, no way, that wasn't it. I don't even understand why they was doing that. That wasn't even part of the task. It was just like completely and utterly crazy.
Now, would you like me to be the cat? Yes, please. Don't be frightened. Come on. Good Kit Kat. Good cat. Look. Shh. Good pussycat. Yes. Yes, a good pussycat, yes.
With so many classic series under its belt, Celebrity Big Brother has come a long way. But where next?
It's very difficult to top what has happened before. We've had tears, breakdowns, racial incidents, meltdowns, terrible careers, Les Dennis. I don't know what we could have next. I mean, I feel the only way forward, and I don't know if it's allowed, is some sort of chainsaw incident.
I am very excited about the next series of Celebrity Big Brother. I have no idea who will possibly put themselves up for it, but I just cannot wait to see who they get. That entrance show is always so exciting, so I'm really excited about it.
I'm so excited about the new series of Big Brother. There is nothing that would make me not be on my sofa, and being on the phone to my friends to discuss who is there, absolutely love it. It's the highlight of the year.
I think what we learned from my series, and most of the Big Brothers, is nice people, decent people, people you don't mind in your home, they win, and that Big Brother, in the end, is a swine.
And this year's Celebrity Big Brother kicks off on Friday night over on Channel 4 at 9 o'clock, with Someone's Big Mouth opening up straight after here on E4 at 10:15. Next up, the whole shebang from the 5th series of Peep Show. That's 6 episodes back to back.